So I'm here to talk about my experiences on today's very first episode of Thursday Talks. Um, so yeah, this will be also, uploaded to Spotify later, and yeah, I don't know why my head looks tilted on this one sec. There we go. It still looks tilted. Um, hold on a sec. I think that's a bit better. Yeah. Where do I start? So, as you know, um, my name is Henry. Um, I'm a PK. Um, I play drums at my church. I'm a youth leader at my church. Um, so yeah, that's the things I do to serve. Well, I do a bit of everything. I also do a bit of sound at church as well. Do a bit of the media as well. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, with the church I attend, it was founded by my grandma, and she started it like before I was born, before me and my sister were born. So she started off our church as a fellowship, as a Bible study group, and her fellowship kept on increasing, kept on growing, and eventually, she moved into a local church at Leytonstone, um, St. Margaret's, and she's people started going and coming and attending that church, and it kept growing. Sorry, excuse me. Bear with me. I'm gonna get used to this. Yeah. Um, where was that? Yeah. So people were attending the St. Margaret's Church. More souls were attending, and this was like the early '90s. Um, this was even before like my dad met my mum and married my mum. So fast forward to when my parents got married. Um, we moved to a church down the road. Well, it wasn't like the church wasn't established yet because they were still working on it. So by the grace of God, we got given a church for free. Like a whole church building was given to us for free. So we have a place where we fellowship right now today that was given to us, so we don't even have to worry about rent and things like that. Like we have our own building, and with that happening, later on, my sister was born. Later on, I was born, and I know you guys are wondering, like, oh, when are we gonna get to the bit of, how, well, like, I mean, not how, what life is like with PK and everything. We'll get there. So yeah, does my stream start? Okay, cool. Yeah, so oh, that's distracted me. So yeah, um, we moved into that church later on. My sister was born, then later on I was born, and you know, before me and my sister became PKs, like we were like our dad was a PK, and like our dad was, doing the things I'm doing now, doing right now. He played drums, but then he played the bass and he played a bit of keys and everything, and he did the sound system and everything. And yeah, he was a PK, and I feel like through that, my grandma started training him in ministry in terms of leading prayer. Um, and through that, he started leading the Bible studies as well. So she was training him up to become a pastor. So at the age of 9, when I was 9 years old, my dad became an ordained minister, ordained pastor. not even a pastor, an ordained reverend. And obviously at 9, it's very interesting to witness your own parent being ordained. Is I don't think many people have witnessed their parents being ordained. Well, I got the privilege of witnessing that, and the age of 9, it's an interesting age because it's pretty much pre-teen before you're a teenager, and yeah, it's like before you're a teenager, so you're a bit like you don't know much, but you know enough, if that makes sense. So from the time my dad got ordained, life changed for me, but like I didn't know what to expect because I was 9 years old. Yeah, I was 9 years old, so I didn't know what to expect. So fast forward to like when I was in year 7, um, I started playing full praise and worship at church. And at that age you're like 11, 12, and I'm not gonna lie, it's sick, is it? Like you're excited, you're like, oh yeah, I'm playing drums at church, like yo, I'm sick, is it? Like you're very like excited about it. You're very yeah, you're very excited, you're very proud of yourself, you're very happy, and it like it's nice, it's a nice feeling. But when I was playing drums, like you know how can I describe it? When you're doing something and you're feeling like it is um it is all you're going to be doing. Like at 11, 12, like playing drums is what I know. Playing drums is what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? Playing drums is like that's all I do at church. You get me? But with that happening, I didn't know it was like the beginning of something brewing, like something is forming, something is happening here. Like I didn't expect what was going to happen in the future. So let's just fast forward it to when I was let's fast forward it to yeah, let's fast forward it to when I was in my final year of college going into uni. So yeah, my final year of college going into uni, I organized an event for my youth at church. It was like a debate night, praise and worship. I can't remember, it was so long ago. I think we had some other activities going on, and then we had the word preached by my dad, and like I didn't know there was a gift in forming, and like I didn't know that it was something that the Lord has sent me to do to plan events and um you know and do things like that. So that was like the start. Like that was like the first ever event I organized, and that was literally like me on my way out to uni. And then I think after first year of uni, I helped organize. I helped organize praise and worship night for the youth. That was like my second event. My third event was meeting Jesus at the crossroads. So it was like a conference. It was our first ever conference. I helped organize. I helped organize. Yeah, we had lots of activities, preaching. We invited a preacher to come preach. We had dancing. We had spoken word. we had some drama, and yeah, people gave their lives at the end as well. People gave their lives to Christ. Um, what else happened? So that was so we did that, and at the event of um at the end of that event, that is when I realized I'm embarking on a storm. So after what I planned for after the event was to announce another event, and that event was on gospel karaoke. And with the gospel karaoke, it wasn't received well. I don't know why. Um, I was told that I did not tell anyone about it when I did, and I had receipts in the group chat as well. So I had my receipts, I had my screenshots. One thing about me is that I'll always have receipts on deck. So yeah, it wasn't really received well. There was a lot of backlash behind the scenes, like people like just talking down my back and things like that. And you know, it was very new to me because I felt like what was going on, like why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? I was very, very upset, and people made it out to make it me look like I was a problem. I didn't really like that because my intentions were genuine and pure, and I just wanted to, do an event to raise money for charity because my grandma started a charity with the church, and basically it was like my way of and the youth's way of well, at that time my way, because the youth didn't really want to get involved. It was my way of trying to contribute to helping out with the charity to help raise funds. And the way people received it, it left a bit of taste in my mouth. I even spoke to my dad. Like my dad's the pastor, the head pastor of the church. I spoke to him about like not doing it, and you know I'm glad he talked me out of it because if it weren't for him, um, the things that happened with gospel karaoke wouldn't have happened. Through that event, as basic as it may seem, people coming to sing their favorite gospel songs. We've had testimonies. Um, People have given their life to Christ, which is crazy because honestly, if you was to ask me if that was the intention, that wasn't the intention. My only intention was to like raise funds for charity. So it's funny how God moves in like in ways beyond your control, like what you're expecting of, like He does, but more. Yeah. So yeah, with the gospel karaoke, yeah, the way people were talking, like it was crazy because I've never experienced anything like that from our church. Like it was crazy. I was like, what's going on? But luckily for me, I was going like it was at the end of summer. I was going back to uni for like second year. So um, we had the event, the gospel karaoke event in December. By the grace of God, it went well. Um, what else happened? Um, yeah, I think there was another incident where during lockdown that the praise and worship group, or like what was it? Praise and worship group, praise and worship team, or were or annoyed with me or upset with me because I got onto them for like not rehearsing and not praying during lockdown because fair enough if you're um fair enough if you're musicians, rehearsal is key, but obviously during lockdown how can you rehearse? So there was no rehearsals going on. But I feel like it's important as ministers, to spend time in prayer and and yeah, like really pray together. Like we weren't praying. I'll be honest, we weren't praying, and I brought it up, and then I got backlash for it. I got backlash for it. Everyone got onto me for saying what I said, you know, and it didn't make sense to me because it's lockdown. You can't rehearse, so the least you can do is pray together. So yeah, that happened. Um, and I became the scapegoat again. Um, what else happened? I'm trying to think about things that has happened to me as a PK, like the experiences I've been through. Um, oh yeah, this was recent, and this one was recent, and this is the reason why PK Summit is here today. Um, I'm kind of grateful that it happened because it's given people like ourselves to have an opportunity to talk and speak on our experiences and what we've been through in terms of PKs because I feel like our parents are doing so much pouring, but there's not many people pouring into us. So yeah, I feel like this community was very needed. So yeah, back to the situation that led us to being here today. Well, led to the first PK Summit event. So it just really frustrated me. So I had a situation with an auntie where she, in her mind, I didn't shake her hand, but she didn't put her hand out to shake. So like she reported me to my parents. Like really, really, why are you doing that? She reported me to my parents. Even took me to the office. Um, like it really, really aggravated me because it brought up emotions of the things I've been through in the past and things like that. Um, and I was like, no, I actually get picked on. I was like, no, I actually get picked on. And after that meeting in the office, I just thought to myself, like, I know I am not the only PK that probably goes through these crazy things because to me, everything I've been through, like, it's just been wild. It's just been wild. I'm just there thinking like, why are these things happening? Because it just doesn't make sense. And I get the fact that obviously this is probably just those were just probably different storms I was facing at different moments to like make me stronger. But I thought to myself like I don't think there's anyone really pouring out to PKs because I've always heard this narrative that our pastor's kids are crazy, pastor kids are rude, pastor kids are this, pastor kids are that, blah 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 blah. And I'm just there like, no, I'm not. oh, we're not like that. And even if we are like that, it's because I feel like it's just the enemy using us as a gateway to get to our parents to, stop them from continuing their ministry or to disrupt their ministry. To it's just a way to break up the ministry that is going on in our parents' churches. Um, just these different types of attacks from the enemy. These different types of attacks from the enemy to like either cause us PKs to leave the faith or just disrupt the church. It's either one or the other, and I feel like we need to have a community where we talk to each other and encourage each other to to be strong in the Lord, to be bold and to be courageous. Um, I don't know what some of you have been through. I don't know what some of you have experienced. Probably been through worse things than me. Um, and that's probably what's happened to you. Probably been through worse things than me. But I feel like it is important for us to stand and be united and to fight the battle because we are the next generation, and I'm not saying it in a sense of that you're gonna be the next pastor. You're gonna be the next um person to carry on your parents' church or whatever, or you're gonna be the next amazing praise and worship leader, the next amazing youth pastor, the next amazing blah blah blah. Um, I'm just saying this to encourage us because where do I even go? Where do I even begin? Because I feel like it's just I'm getting lost in my words. I feel like it's just yeah, the enemy trying to stop us because you know I feel like a lot of us, whether our work in the churches, whether we serve in the church or whether we do not serve in the church, I feel like our actions our actions is very important in terms of how we influence the other Christians amongst our church or outside of the church. So it is a really interesting position to be put in because a lot of us have not, like, we have not asked to be PKs. Like I've never asked to be a PK, and on top of that, people are telling me I'm gonna be the next Reverend, Apostle, Bishop, whatever, whatever, whatever. I never asked for that. I just want to be me. Like I was saying, when I was in year seven playing full praise and worship in the church band, I thought that was it. I thought that was ministry done. I thought that was me serving. I played drums from here to there. Like more responsibilities came into it. Whether it's leading prayer or whether it is being a youth leader or whether it's preaching from time to time. Um, so yeah, that is one of the things that we have to deal with. Like people always say, you do not choose your family. You cannot choose the family you're born into. Like you're just in that family. Um, so God has called you, whoever you are. God has called you. You have been called. You have been chosen for that family for a particular purpose, for a particular reason. I'm not gonna go and tell you to be the next person to carry your church or whatever, because I don't know what God's plan is for you. I don't know what your purpose is. But one thing I do know is that I am here for you to speak to whenever you feel down or whenever you need someone to talk to, whenever you need to unload. Because like this, this this job, it's not easy. This job is not easy at all. Being a PK, it's like it's not easy at all. Um, yeah, because there's even a situation that happened. I'll say last year. Um, someone was ministering or singing at my church, and I could see that she's very distressed. I could see that she was going through something, and I prayed for her. I prayed for her, and bro, the loads that came onto me after that prayer, chai, the load that came after me after I prayed for that person, like I knew that person was better because the transferal and ministry be like that sometimes. Like you can be like interacting or praying with these people, and you can they can unload onto you, but you have no one else to unload on. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to pour out. It's good to pour onto other people and to have someone there for you. You know. So yeah, try and if you have any questions, have anything that you want to speak to DM the PK Summit page or DM my personal account, and I can talk to you. I can be your friend. I can pray with you. But yeah, this has been a very interesting first episode. I don't know where to go. I don't know what else to speak about. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to speak about. So this is my very first episode. This was very awkward because I feel like, okay, I am talking to myself. I'm in a room, looking at a camera, talking. This is weird. Um, and if you ever think I was the type of guy that wanted to do a podcast, I'm not. I'm doing this based off of your requests. Um, and I'm happy to help. But yeah, in due time I'll get used to this. In due time, I'll get better at this. I don't even know how long this episode is. It's because I think I spent the first 10 minutes trying to go onto my accounts and share the link. So 10 minutes has been wasted. So I think I've been on here for like half an hour. The good thing about this is I don't have to have a designated time. I can just log out when I feel like logging out. So yeah. I really hope whoever's listening this touches and this blesses this blesses what am I saying? This blesses you. Um this blesses you. So yeah. Oh man, when I upload this on Spotify, this is gonna be proper cringe. I'm just gonna be hearing so much and years and and years. But yeah, I just did it now. This has been an experience. I'll definitely be back next week again. Um, this was basically just me talking about it's just like a little intro, innit? Let's just say this is a little intro. Um, um, hopefully we can deep dive a bit more into things. Yeah. What else? What else can we talk about? I'm trying to think about if I have anything to promote. I think I do. Um, the therapist that came to the PK Summit event, she has an event on August the 6th, I believe. I'm not sure. Actually, was it August the 5th? I need to check. Um, yeah, she has an event for all the people that have that are dealing with grief or like have experienced grief and don't know how to process it. She's doing an event for you guys. If you was at the event and you listened to her speak, she was a very good person to speak to in terms of like being a young Christian and the challenges that we face of like dealing with things in the world and everything. So yeah, I'll try and share it. Um, please do try to check it out. Do I have anything else to promote? No, I don't. I don't have anything else to promote as of now. But I'm gonna love you and leave you, and we'll be back again 7 p.m. next week. And I'll do better in terms of trying to promote it on time and promote it a lot more. So yeah, I'll try to upload this on Spotify tonight. If it's not on tonight, it'll definitely be up by tomorrow morning. So I'll speak to you soon. Bye.